A local pastor is berating the decision of the government not to allow churches to meet under social distancing limitations. Bishop Cyprian Williams, senior pastor of the New Birth Gospel Tabernacle Church, in a sermon on Sunday during one of his church's virtual services, said it was unfair to churches in St. Kitts and Ibis that they're being denied the opportunity to have services, but yet businesses that were observing less social distancing guidelines were allowed to open during partial curfew days.
We have to understand that churches is built on fellowship. It's a fellowship. You can't just stop the fellowship like that. All you got to do, as like we have done and all churches are doing, sanitize hands, don't no hugging. Churches have now put together how they're going to do their communion. Some have totally removed away from doing the communion. You can't tell me there's guys in there locked down. We home locked in. Can't even go out on the little sidewalk. And people are out there having sessions. And you're saying to us that the church must be closed. It's not fair. And this is my area right now. This is my area so I can talk here. It is not fair. It's either you're going to say to me, there's not going to be no license given to no vaccine and all them other stuff, because there shouldn't be no gatherings. Otherwise, let us receive letters and communication that next week, Sunday, God's Spare Life, all of us can gather at our different times and to have our service broadcast live. Amen. Hallelujah. From our sanctuaries.
The pastor said prior to the 24-hour lockdowns, his church observed social distancing rules, including providing hand sanitizers to every person entering the building, while at the same time streaming the service live to persons who were unable to attend. He said a limited amount of persons were allowed in the building according to government guidelines. He believes a similar arrangement should now be afforded to the churches now that the government is looking to relax some of the restrictions and allow some establishments to open under certain guidelines.
And my heart is going out for many of the churches. Today, we have some churches who do not have the technology. They can't receive even an offering. Since before we went on total lockdown, we had a service. We had 4 services. That's what I recommend to my pastor friends. I said, limit the amounts of persons. We had 4 services, 7. Each service was about 45 minutes. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And people were able to come. And what we did, the same way, we done started even before the government. The government institute zonings for shopping. Anyway, we did a zoning. We now sent out to people and said, okay, you're coming from this area, you come at this time, you come at this other time.
Bishop Williams also noted that not all churches have the ability to stream their services live, and that the church is a partner in the fight against COVID-19. He suggested that some pastors should be afforded the opportunity to record their sermons at ZIZ TV to be aired to audiences on Sundays that would not otherwise have access to internet or live streaming. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris addressed the issue in response to a question from a viewer of the Leadership Matters virtual forum held recently.
The caller who made the reference between the church and the supermarkets, they are all important entities. The church perhaps is more important, but in the context of what we are dealing with, I don't see the similarity. Really, we know that people are going to the supermarket to be able to get their food and other things. And for the vast majority of the supermarkets or people, there's no other option. With respect to the spiritual food, that certainly can be delivered virtually. And almost all of the churches have now gone that route. Indeed, long before we imposed them in the statutory rules and orders, a number of churches had begun the issue of social distancing, had begun to encourage their leadership and membership to basically go virtual. And so a number of churches have been doing it. We want to commend others to get on board with respect to that. I want to make it clear that the regulations does not prevent the church from engage in acts of worship What it does, it restricts it for the protection of the church membership and indeed for all of us from persons being able to transmit the virus one to another.
Only a few churches, including the New Birth Gospel Tabernacle and Antioch Baptist Church, have been streaming their virtual services online since the curfews. Some pastors resort to speaking to their congregations from their home on Facebook Live. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. A St. Kitts and Nevis student studying in Jamaica is looking forward to returning home on Thursday, as just over 50 students are being flown out of the country in light of the coronavirus pandemic. A flight is being chartered by the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to repatriate the students. Chantel Rochester, a final-year communications student at the Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville, Jamaica, and a native of Newton Ground, told SKN Newsline in an exclusive interview that she learned about the offer from the government from the St. Kitts and Nevis Students Association in Jamaica.
Well, it's one association with all students who are from St. Kitts. So whether you go to UE or NC or UTEC, any other college or school, you're basically a part of that association. So we are in a WhatsApp group, and she will disperse the information via that medium.
For the most part, Chantel said she felt fairly safe as her accommodations were close to the school and she was not on campus. She disclosed that the international students were advised by the school to return home if they could.
My chair of my department, she was basically looking out for me. It's not like I was alone. So I was not fearful of the situation. I am totally fine here. The only reason I'm coming home is because I'm basically finishing school, one, and two, as intellectuals, we must do our feasibility study as to the political atmosphere of Jamaica and to see where it's heading and how it's going to impact us as internationals. So I was advised by my school, first of all, to head home. So now that I have the opportunity to head home, I'm going to just take the opportunity and do so.
Chantel said she was told they would be quarantined when they returned home, but she could not say if this would be self-quarantine or at a government facility. Meanwhile, she tells how the coronavirus outbreak in Jamaica impacted her studies as it relates to her internship.
I was planning to intern here in Jamaica, given the field that I'm studying, specifically public relations. So my chair wanted me to get that hands-on public relation experience. So now that I have to do it remotely, of course, it is more geared to digital marketing and content creation and stuff like that. The positive that came out of this is that, hey, I'm now learning, I'm now honing a new skill of mine, and that is digital marketing. So it's not basically campaign, so much more campaign and the practical and the carrying out of activities. It is more online and digital based. So
the full interview with Chantel can be heard on our sister radio station, Voice of the Caribbean Radio, on Wednesday at 10 a.m. during the program Let's Talk St. Kitts and Nevis. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline. During this time of lockdown, we need hope, real hope. Join us for Real, Remnants Empowering Authentic Love. Several nights of virtual crusade live on Facebook and other online platforms. Starting Wednesday, April 29th at 7 p.m. Tune in for powerful messages from mighty servants of God, Bishop George Bloomer.
That every one of you that was weeping and going through hell, your tears have been watering your seed.
Pastor Mark Stewart from Jamaica.
Look at me, I'm better now. Used to be bitter, but now I'm better.
Pastor Philip Thomas from the UK.
That I've got to praise him, I've got to shout, and I've got to do what I need to do in God.
Zachary Obey, Bishop Richard Gordon from Jamaica.
If you work the word will work for you.
And Prophetess Sharon Whitelaw say,
God said in his word that we must understand when we know what's right to do.
Hosted by Bishop Cyprian and co-pastor Nelson Williams. Follow the live stream on the New Birth Gospel Tabernacle Facebook page, the NBGT Android mobile app, or www.newbirthskb.org. It's Real, Remnants Empowering Authentic Love, starting April 29th at 7 p.m. God is real, real impartation, real deposit. Don't you miss it.
should have been mad, but God.
Hey, scan this. Boy, what that stand for?
We are St. Kitts and Nevis Waste Disposals.
Oh, so it's I just rent the big bin for when people cleaning the yard and construction project and so?
Yes, we do that.
Okay, so what about septic tank and grease trap cleanings?
Yes, we do that.
Them portable toilet rental?
Yes, we do that.
So what about if I want to rent a sexy bar trailer for like VIP events or my outdoors wedding?
Yes, we do that.
Residential garbage pickup?
Yes, we do that.
Okay. So if my office have a bunch of documents we need shredded?
Yes, we do that.
Boy, I talking to you and you know, but when you answer me, I hearing like 10 people.
That's just the strength of our team working for you. Watch now. Call us at 662-3329 and we'll come and do that for you.
Like us on Facebook.
Quality Diagnostic Laboratory, your newest partner in your healthcare. We offer the latest in on-island clinical laboratory testing. A comprehensive range of blood tests, urine tests, stool and other testing such as cholesterol and sugar testing, as well as hormone, kidney and liver functions, and many more. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory is located at the corner of Keon Street and Fines Avenue, opposite the Greenlands pasture. Our opening hours from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday are designed with you in mind. We are also open on Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. for your further convenience. Call or contact us at 465-6657 or email us at info@qualitydiagnosticlab.com. Quality Diagnostic Laboratory. Excellence in performance.
Plans have been put in motion to bring stranded students from St. Kitts and Nevis home. According to information provided by Mr. Abdias Samuel, chairman of the National COVID-19 Task Force, the Cabinet of St. Kitts and Nevis were considering options to address the students stranded in locations around the Caribbean. Samuel said he expects details to emerge soon.
The government is presently organizing and planning as to the best appropriate means in addressing this situation. I know for sure that the missions have been tasked with receiving information. Also, students in particular and their parents have been encouraged to contact the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Education, and the Office of the Chief Personnel Officer under the Office of the Prime Minister to register their concerns. And I'm certain soon and very soon we will see the government reveal a plan to address those students in particular who are overseas.
Several of the students in question were on campuses of the University of the West Indies in Trinidad, Jamaica, and Barbados. Glenn Batt for SKN Newsline.
Member of Parliament for Constituency Number 3, West Bastyr, Conris Maynard, and his wife recently started the St. Kitts Nevis COVID-19 Student Relief Fund to assist the St. Kitts Nevis students stranded abroad and in need of financial support. Speaking to SKN Newsline, Mr. Maynard explained the motivation behind creating the fund.
Students were already at that time complaining that schools were closing down, dormitories were being closed, that they would have had part-time jobs on campus and off in order to help sustain them while they were there were disappearing. And in the absence of something from the government, who naturally would have tremendous resources to be able to do something like this, my wife and I said, well, hey, let's give a commitment to at least start a fund such that the students can get some assistance. And so we made that commitment a few weeks ago. We committed initially we said we would commit $5,000 to the fund, and then we would seek someone to manage the fund, because we did not also want to manage the fund for various reasons, etc. Ensure to keep it as non-political as possible, and also to make sure that everything is held to the highest account. And so we approached a non-profit organization to manage the fund, but they did take some time to get back to us. Eventually, they said they would be unable to do it. And so we then approached a law firm who has now agreed to manage the fund, and we've approached an independent accountant who will audit the fund. Last week, in order to get the ball rolling while those entities are getting the accounts set up, etc., my wife and I made deposits to 14 students in the amount of $200 US each.
He explained how it works.
They can refer to my Facebook page. On my Facebook page, in one of my posts, you will find the email address to which you will send an email, which will go directly to the Ruth Libert Foundation, which is based in Atlanta, Georgia. When they send that email, they will then receive the portal or the instruction as to where they can fill out their online application form. And from there, then the Ruth Libert Foundation will contact them to get further information if, for instance, they qualify, if they're eligible. Because in the first instance, we would not take information such as bank details, etc., until a student has been deemed eligible and has consented to share that information. So that is the process. You can visit my Facebook page, Honorable Congress Maynard, or my profile, which is just Congress Maynard. And in one of the posts there, you will find the information where you can send an email to get some assistance, some possible assistance.
The opposition MP says there are interests from persons from around the world who want to contribute to the fund. He hopes to have an account created by this week where such contributions can be made. At the time of the interview, about 94 requests would have been made for assistance so far. The full interview with Mr. Maynard can be heard on Voice of the Caribbean Radio on Wednesday at 10 a.m. during the program Let's Talk St. Kitts and Nevis. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.
You care about what goes on your skin. You care about the ingredients, organic and natural products. We have Rituals brand, Victoria's Secret, and much more. Discover the collection of prestige natural beauty. There are too many chemicals. Time to change. Go to Lucky's Duty Free at King's Pavilion Hotel on Bay Road, Bastyr. Treat yourself as a princess. Also, Bath and Body Works coming soon. Check us out on Facebook. Open hours are from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Give us a call, 466-7059. Lucky's Duty Free.
Looking for a clean haircut to make you look your best? Then come to Creative Barber Salon on Church Street, Bastyr. At Creative Barber Salon, you can choose from a wide variety of services: straight haircut, cut and shave, square and shave, children haircut, ladies cut, square, and much more. Customer service guaranteed. Opening hours Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday to Saturday 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 765-0460. Visit Creative Barber Salon today on Church Street, Bastyr, specializing in all styles of haircuts.
Banners, commercial signs, decal printing, canvas prints, license plates, posters. We at Multigraphics are dedicated to providing quality products and service to our customers. Our team takes pride in the craftsmanship and is passionate about its work. Every job, large or small, is important. Most of our customers come to us through referrals. That's because our number one priority is service. We serve a wide variety of customers, such as restaurants, retail stores, manufacturers, trucking companies, and many more. Our capabilities include design, production, and installation. How can we help? We are located at Bird Rock at the Woods Right compound. Call us at 869-763-1511 or 784-491-7599. Multigraphics.
You're my diamond in disguise.
With football activity suspended indefinitely due to the restrictions emanating from the COVID-19 lockdowns, we continue to profile the teams in the SKNFA Premier League. In this edition, we look at the performances of the Sol Island Auto Supply's Connery FC. Connery endured a rocky end to last season. The unfortunate incident involving one of its players, who has since been suspended indefinitely from football, was still fresh in the minds of football fans as the league got underway late last year. For some, it felt like the team was public enemy number one. To make matters worse, the team's longtime coach, Alexis Morris, moved on after several years of success with the team. Connery struggled to fill that void, and the results on the field were a telling tale. To top it off, some of their rising star players moved on to greener pastures, leaving the team short-handed and rudderless. The early results were mixed and inconsistent at best. One wondered what were Connery's fortunes this season.
And it's going to be a goal. Yes, it is a goal by Snowforge Keon Rockets. Goal number 2 and the handful of spectators.
In that match, Connery were down 3-0 to Keon. They worked their way back into the match to equalize, only for Keon to take the win in the dying moments of the game.
Line for the penalty area for Keon, and we see a 3-man wall, and all the players, the blue shirts, yellow shirts, and it's aerially, and it's in the back of the net by Keon, and Keon, watch a kick, the very experienced Joel Jeffers, a master at these free kicks, LeSean, cool, calm, and he...
Fast forward to 2020. At the close of last year, the team acquired a new coach, Azam Jenkins, who previously coached St. Peter's FC last season. Whatever Coach Azam did suddenly sparked a renewed sense of purpose for the team, and it showed in the results.
At least get the corner kick. Here comes the corner.
The corner is in the back of the net. It's in the back of the net. And both go straight corner. The goalkeeper beaten by the flight, and the ball finding the far net. The goal scored by number 90, Gakari Phipps, straight from a corner. What a start here for Sol Island Auto Connery.
In a post-match interview earlier this year, Coach Azam praised the structure of the club as the bone of the team's success.
It's a good group of players, good quality, good staff. So overall, I'm just happy and just progressing as we go along.
What are some things you hope to work on based on what you saw tonight?
Well, we need to play a little quicker. We need to keep the concentration more consistent.
According to assistant coach Samuel Phipps, another secret to their success is the team spirit and discipline of the players in training.
Hard work, and we have a lot of players, and as I said before, we have about 3 players running for the same position. We go by a game-by-game basis. So we pick according to what game we're going to play. We look at the team's strength, and that's how we pick our team. So it's not a thing that the same people are going to play all the time, but we play according to the opponent. We are not looking for it to end, to be honest, but it's, again, camaraderie between the guys.
Most notably, Connery took on the mighty Village Superstars and dealt them their first defeat of the league, a 2-1 victory for Connery.
Beautiful goal indeed. Beautiful goal by Errol Lockley. Beautiful. Errol Lockley, number 20, he got behind the defense for Village Superstars. He rounded the keeper. But we just tried to compete, and it was a great game to watch, man. It was a great game to watch.
No, the team came out the blocks. They really put Village on a lot of pressure. And they seem to be getting on to the division because now this is your 7th straight win. What do you think is clicking for the guys for them to play this well?
Well, they're buying into what we're trying to do.
The following week, Connery defeated Spurs in another thrilling encounter.
Yes, a header rising up above all and finding the back of the net for the opening goal of the evening. But Errol at the top of the box, his shot is curling towards the far post, and it was initially saved, but the rebound, the goalkeeper stood no chance, and it's 2-0 to Sol Island Auto Connery.
Now in second place, tied with Village on 33 points in the point standings, Connery will be looking to turn the tables on their tumultuous past of last season. If Azam Jenkins and the rest of the management team at Connery can continue to inspire these players to do their best, there is no telling what they can accomplish this season.
We work hard on the training pitch. We do what what is required. You know, we have a good turnout every single night when we ask training to come out. So the guys are working extremely hard.
The St. Kitts Nevis Football Association informed its member clubs on Friday that due to the COVID-19 global pandemic and the current state of emergency in the Federation of St. Kitts Nevis, that it has suspended all football activities indefinitely. The SKNFA said it will continue to monitor the developments locally as it relates to the COVID-19 situation in order to determine the best way forward and will keep the member clubs updated every step of the way. The SKNFA in a statement said it concurs with FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who says, quote, "Our first priority, our principle, the one we will use for our competitions and encourage everyone to follow, is that health comes first. I cannot stress this enough. No match, no competition, no league is worth risking a single human life. Everyone in the world should have this very clear in their mind. It would be more than irresponsible to force competitions to resume if things are not 100% safe. If we have to wait a little longer, we must do so. It's better to wait a little bit longer than to take any risks," end quote. In the meantime, the SKNFA says it encourages everyone to follow the COVID-19 guidelines provided by the health authorities in keeping themselves and their families safe. We're convinced, the SKNFA said, that football will play a major role in helping our country return to a state of normalcy when it is safe to do so. Late last month, the SKNFA announced that it was suspending all football-related activities until April 15th, where it will give a further announcement based on the current situation with the COVID-19 pandemic in St. Kitts and Nevis. All sporting leagues and competitions around the world, including those here in St. Kitts and Nevis, not just football, have suspended their tournaments and competitions in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. For all your printing needs at top-notch quality, go to Digital Print Plus, located on Princess Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts. At Digital Print Plus, you get the best in business cards, letterheads, envelopes, wristbands, tent cards, rack cards, flyers, brochures, logo designs, posters, photos, architectural designs, 3D renderings, and so much more. Digital Print Plus gives you the best quality at competitive prices. Contact us at 767-7468 or email digitalprintskn@gmail.com or follow us on Facebook at Digital Print SKN. Digital Print Plus for all your printing needs at the best quality. Auto Plus Car Wash, located on the College Street Gut, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Bring your car to Auto Plus Car Wash to remove water stains, wiper marks. Get your doors, roof panel cleaned, seat floor mats, buffing, headlights, and engine wash. You get quality service at the best price at Auto Plus Car Wash. They really care for your car. Call 765-5140 or visit them on the College Street Gut, Bastyr, St. Kitts. Auto Plus Car Wash, where the service is number one. KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity Parish, St. Kitts. For all your t-shirt printing, banners and signs, promotional products, shipping, motivational speeches, computer classes, agro-processing, art and craft, and desktop publishing. Come to KVK Enterprises at Boyd's Housing Development, Trinity, St. Kitts. Telephone 661-0118 or 765-7270. Email drkhrystus@kvklives.com or visit www.kvklives.com. KVK Enterprises.